Within this video, I will show you a mapping and filtering example. For this, we will map the data to a certain format that the system B would like to have it, because this is data that we have in the payload data right now from system A, but we of course have to map that to system B. Also, we would like to filter the data because there's a lot of information within this data that we don't have to send to system B. Of course, there are multiple ways that lead to Rome, and therefore there's also multiple ways to approach this kind of filtering and mapping. In this case, I will show you an approach that I would like to use for that. So first of all, we would have to create a data transformer. And with that data transformer, we will have a value setter. And within that value setter, we will introduce the result key. So within this result key, we are going to start to write all of the information that we need to send to system B. So in this case, we could use a string setter and set like every value individually, but it's easier to use an object, and therefore we can place in a whole object and actually send it there. So I already know what I have to send to system B, which I got copy pasted over here, which is this kind of information. So I need to fill a billing address based on this order, and I would have to fill in like the products line items, which is also based on this order. So in this case, we can see we have a billing address. We do have a customer with a certain email and a certain first name and last name. But let's actually see if we can see in the order that we also have a specific like billing address. So therefore, we could take that, for example. Depending on the use case is whatever you need. So for this, we can start mapping very simply, going for billing address. We go for this billing address, and then we hit the dot, and then we actually go for the first name. So that we can start filling out all of the information that is for the billing address. So to just simply copy that, because I have already written that before, I can copy this, what I have on my second screen, and I can place that in here, and we have the full billing address like figured out. So these are all just billing address dots something. You could, for example, also just go into the billing address object, and then you don't have to write billing address every time. But that's just depending on the use case, whatever is needed for that. Then we still have one part, which is the products, which are the line items on this order. In this case, the line items or this order are in ordered item. However, we can say like, okay, ordered item and then maybe a value, because there's actually multiple ordered items within this ordered item. So there's multiple lines within this line object. Therefore, we actually have to use something else. In this case, there's multiple things that we could use, but I will show you a node transformer. So in this case, we started off with a chain of multiple transformers, and therefore I can use one of the prototype transformers, such as the node transformer, which is kind of, if you're familiar with programming, that loops over an object. So in this case, we are going for a pattern accessor, where the pattern in this case would be ordered items.star, where the star being a placeholder notation for, or being a notation for taking the objects individually. With this, we can actually add a data transformer, and within here, we can add another value setter. So now we're in the object on this level. Within here, we can actually add another result, but in this case, let's say result line results. And within here, we can add another object. And within this object, we can actually write how the products should look. So in this case, we had a product looking something like this. And let's make the format look nice. And from here, we are on this level, so we can actually start looking at, okay, we have ordered item. In here, we have an ordered item. We have to write it, of course, with a placeholder notation. So we have ordered item dot start dot yes, and then we have the name. So in this case, the name, etc. Then we can do the same for the quantity, which is over here. We can do the same for the pricing, which are over there. But also that I filled out before, so I will copy that from my second screen. So in this case, we can do this. If we run this right now, we can see what happens to the data. So we introduced a result key, filling this data over here, and we are filling a line result key, which is filling this data over here. Once we run that, we can see over here that all the way at the bottom, we have the result key with the billing address and all of the information. However, the line result key is not here yet, because the line result key is actually at the level of the line or of the ordered item. So it's at the ordered item, we have a line result. And on top there, we also have one that is over here. So we have two of those over here. So we would have to copy those line results towards the actual result to actually send away that data. We can do that very simply by adding another data transformer. We say move using a pattern. We put the pattern in at the location for where the ordered item is. So in this case, it is, let me see that I copied the right naming. So we have ordered item dot a star, and then we have line results with a capital R. And then we would have to replace that all the way to the bottom. We would have to place it into a result dot, and then we need products, and then we need to go for a $1. The $1 is equal to the star in here. Let's say we would have another the star there. That one would be equal to a $2. So in this case, we don't have that, so we can remove that. If we run the test right now, we can see at the bottom of the results, we have the products as well, product number 1, product number 2. So now the final step is that we have a whole bunch of data that we don't actually need to send to system B. So for that, a very simple solution is right now, because we actually only need to send the result key. For that, we can use the get branch from pattern, and we can set that one on the result key. Therefore, it will only keep the result key, it will remove the result key, and it will start from that object. Once we run that, we see the result key is gone. Also, all of the information that was previous there is gone, but we only have the information that we want to send out to system B. And that is a simple example of how you can do a little bit more of an advanced mapping through like multiple objects that are in an array as well. And that's how to map and filter your data.